Hello, hello, Happy New Year! This is Dr. Anastasia Chabalis, the scientific healer, and today I'm going to talk about some of the New Year's rituals that I go through to help set the year right. It has nothing to do with resolutions which end up going by the wayside in a week or two, like I'm going to go on a strict diet, or I'm going to do whatever it is every day. I'm going to exercise every day. These are things that get lost in the everyday hubbub. And from what I know about daily habits and weekly habits, sticking to those habits, it's really difficult to change more than one at a time. And the little ritual that I'm going to talk about actually starts programming your subconscious mind. Remember, your conscious mind is only 0.002%, or I think it's 0.002% of your entire mind. We can only handle a few hundred bits per second in the conscious mind, where the input from the subconscious mind is somewhere in the 2 to 4 million bits per second that gets absorbed from everything that you see and feel around you and hear, and through all of our senses. We actually absorb all that, and that's why under hypnosis often we can recall things in very great detail. That's the part of the mind that we're going to access. So the first thing that I do in the morning when I get up on New Year's Day is that I get out my journal with a pen. So I have my journal here, and I actually handwrite. I know that a lot of us can type a lot faster than handwriting, but you can see that I handwrite. And what I do is I write down what I wish for during the year, and what my deepest desires are. Not that I'm going to do anything about them. It's just what I would like to do, or what I would like to achieve, or what I would like to happen in the year. Whether it is for one of my children or grandchildren, or myself, or my home. And one of mine this year was to upgrade my entire wardrobe. And that means that my old things, a lot of them are fairly old. I still have the same clothes for 2 or 3 years, and some of them even longer, is that as I pick them out of my drawer and look at them, I decide whether I want to keep them or not. And then I can get rid of them as I bring in new clothes, for example. And so since that's one of my desires, what'll happen is that my subconscious will go, oh, Tuesdays is 10% discount days at Ross, and I find a lot of nice things at Ross. So I run over to Ross and pick out a couple of things, bring them home, and then I go in my drawer and I take out if I buy 2 things, I take out 2 things. So that way my clothes get recycled and I donate them because they're still pretty good. And you have to either love it or wear it or use it. And if you don't, like, some of the things have been buried at the bottom. I know you've got some like that too, right? Some of those things have been buried at the bottom that you haven't worn in a while, and now it's time to give them a new home and let somebody else enjoy them, right? So this is the process, and writing these things down. And so I restrict it to 10. You can have 50 or 60 wishes, but your subconscious really only wants to work on anywhere between 5 and 10. And when I don't look at them after I write them down, I don't look at them anymore. They're just buried deep in there, and I might have even forgotten what they are. And then next New Year's, I open it back up and I look and I go, wow, look, 8 out of 10 of those things have come true. That's really awesome. So I take the 2 that didn't get fulfilled, and I write them. If I still want that, I write those all over again. And I've looked over the years at these things, and in actuality, most of them actually come true. Usually it's an 80 to 90% rate, and that's because you've programmed your subconscious mind. And then the second thing that I've attached to that is This is an old Greek wives' tale, and my mom was born and raised in Greece, and my dad's family is all from Greece. So I'm Greek from both sides, and I did the whole my big fat Greek family, growing up speaking Greek, cooking Greek, and going to Greek school and going to Greek church. If you've watched my big fat Greek wedding, you know what my life was like. Every English word comes from the Greek, right? So anyway, what one of those wives' tale is that to set the tone for the year, and there's something that you want to do and want to do more of, then you do it on New Year's Day. So there's the Greek tradition of we have this thing called St. Basil's bread, and it's this round bread made with, it's got this aromatic herb in it called maleb. It's a Middle Eastern herb, and it has this really wonderful smell. And what we do is we bake a coin into the bread, and the first thing we do in the morning is cut the bread and name the pieces. The first piece goes to the house, and then the head of the household, and then it goes down in sequence, and then whoever gets the coin that got cooked into it has the luck for the year. Well, I only got it once in all these years, and it was when I was 8. But anyway, that didn't matter. I always felt lucky. But the point is, then after that, we would set about doing things that we wanted to continue out on for the year. So for me, I have already gotten up and I've done some stretching. I've eaten a really healthy breakfast. I've done some walking, and I've written my 10 things that I want to do. The handwriting has this really amazing connection to your subconscious. Typing's not the same. I can type about 10 times faster than I can write, and it's very tempting to type, but handwriting has this connection, and a lot of people know that. So when I do first drafts, for example, it's all handwritten, right? So now I do then other things that I want to do during the day. I've already decluttered 2 areas in the house. I am intending to do some drawing and painting today because that's what I want to do. And I'm going to do a couple of other things, and it's going to set the tone. So you just do, 5 or 10 minutes of this and 5 or 10 minutes of that, and you get kind of like your body is going, ooh, I kind of like this. Ooh, this feels really good that I've done it. And it helps set the tone for the year. So anyway, these are 2 things. So there's one other thing that I'm doing starting today is I've done it now twice last year, and that is a detox program. And the detox program, I've tried many, many of them. And one of them that really scared me was a 26-day detox. And I went through it, and it's not like you're starving. There's actually a lot of really delicious food on it, but it's vegan, and there's processes that you learn, like skin brushing and, drinking lots of water and having lots of lemon juice and things like that are in this program that really make you feel good. And the first time I did it, I kept looking in the mirror because my skin all tightened up and I looked 10 years younger, and I'm going, ooh, it's like a facelift without all the expense and the recovery, right? So who doesn't like that? And so I put a link down here for you to be able to see what it's about. And you can learn really a lot from the videos that Robin Openshaw puts up about detoxing, because she's been studying detoxing for about 30 years. And she gives a lot of really good points about it. And before I bought her program, I went through all of the videos, even some of them twice, and I really learned a lot. So you can get some really good information there. And the other thing is, when you're ready to start elevating your life, not just in the new year, but to really increase your health and your relationships and your wealth, I have reserved time on my calendar. So please go to scientifichealer.com/appointment. And I'll be happy to talk to you about any topic. And the last is that I'm about to launch my free relationship. It's not really a challenge, but it's a mini program. It's all for free. And about 90 people went through it last year, and a lot of them loved it. So I'm about to do that. And you can get a free short video for doing relationships, because relationships are the number one factor in your health, your wealth, and how you feel. They're number one. They beat everything. There's 8 factors, and number one is relationships. And the way that came out is that the people that lived the healthiest and the longest were checked out through 70 to 80 years of research from top universities. And the people could have eaten poorly or had bad habits, but they were happy because their relationships were really good. And of course, if you own a business, your relationship is really, really important. Because that's how, it's just how we actually thrive. Whether you're working in a company, whether you are a checker, a cashier, or whether you are a driver somewhere. My daughter just did a 1-month job with UPS. They needed extra drivers, so she went and did that. And they loved her because she formed really good relationships with everybody, right? So it doesn't matter what you do, your relationships are super important. And so this particular process also helps release all the old relationship things. And you go to scientifichealer.com/clear-now, and there's a link below so you can get to it. So that's all I have for you for today, and I'm happy to answer any questions. I see that there are some people on right now, and if you have any questions, just put them in the chat box. So to recap, the beginning of the new year, rather than making a resolution that'll go by the wayside and then brings us shame and guilt while we going, oh darn, I missed out on another resolution, is to actually just set intentions that you would like to create something for the year. And it's not like a target or a goal, it is an intention. And what'll happen is that it programs your subconscious. And the other thing, so in combination with that, is, down your list, like one of mine is to have more fun, because I work a lot of long hours. So to have more fun, so I'm going to do a little drawing and painting today, right? So that is an action that'll help set the tone for the year. And it's a combination of an old Greek wives' tale kind of thing. An old Greek tradition that I learned from my mom when I was very young, added to something that I've been doing for 25 years, and that is my 10 desires for the year starting on January 1st. So I hope you go out and you do that for yourself today. If you like this video, hit a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and be sure and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.